What is a privilege that a lot of people tend to take for granted? Being able to socialize. Many people are not able to socialize even though they would like to and actively try. Having a mom to go to for advice. I Google what I can, but it's so depressing and cold. I wish I had a mother that cared. Female privilege. As a woman, I know I'm far less likely to be seen as creepy for hanging out at a park, for example. They're small things, but ones no one talks about much. The environment in which they grew up. I have heard so many people say they are self-made success stories while fully ignoring their peaceful, affluent childhood and their parents who not only pushed them to succeed in school and beyond, but gave them the resources to do it. Freedom of speech, access to an education, running water, gas/electricity supplies, opportunity, civil rights, to name a few. Male privilege. Not only is it taken for granted, a lot of us men also have a hard time acknowledging it or doing anything to fix the problem. Same with white privilege, and one I personally feel the impact of daily straight privilege. Being able to feel safe holding a partner's hand in the street, without judgment or having to expect a remark or threat, is a luxury that I've always wished for. Good health. I've suffered from severe IBD for the past 10 years and had major surgery to remove my diseased colon earlier this year. I've been feeling great, and I have been very grateful about my good health since. Many people, if not most, will not truly appreciate their good health until it's gone. To watch their small children come home from school smiling because they had a good day. Because one day there may not be a small child come through that door. That the freeways are free, and that drivers' licenses don't get revoked for being no longer capable of operating a motorized vehicle in its fullest proper measure. Yes, I am talking about *Q*, driver that merges onto the flow of the freeway traffic at 25 miles per hour, causing slams on brakes for 15 miles behind you. You suck, and your actions cause a domino effect that affects thousands, for hours. Publicly criticizing the government. There are countries / various parts of the world that do not take kindly to it, suffice to say. That's why I'd always facepalm when my fellow Canadians would use the term Chinada regarding restrictions during the pandemic. LOL, living in China would put it way into perspective of how well we have it here. Being able to show your face and hair in public, uncovered. In general, being able to dress as you please, within reason. Having close relationships with family members. Not everyone has that support or luxury, so things like going home for holidays can be a huge source of stress for some, while for others they look forward to it. Being able to decide what they want to eat and drink. And going to the bathroom whenever they want to. After spending a week in a crisis unit and being unable to do those things, I appreciate them so much more. It's amazing how much people take for granted their freedom. Privacy. Up until the very recent past, you lived every moment of your life in front of other people. Free will, not being trapped by psychological addictions or other forms mental health problems, sad smiley. The ability to summon light with just the flick of a switch, or the ability to summon water like it's nothing. This is mostly for Americans, but the ability to travel freely for thousands of miles and to see so many amazing things. Everyone talks about it but few do it. Having a good relationship with parents and / or siblings. Growing up in an emotionally abusive household, I've always been envious of my friends that have siblings that look out for each other. And having parents they can talk openly with about problems or just talk with in general. Toilet seats. I visited some family in Mexico and my aunt didn't have one. Also, the stalls are so tight in a lot of the public toilets. The moral value of free speech is not just concerned with government interference but interference from anybody. Morals and laws are different. Eating. Just having food on the table. Kids take that for granted and every meal should be appreciated. Having good health. I'd give anything to not be jam-packed with medical problems, none of which are caused by anything I could have prevented. Health. Definitely health. Both physical and mental. Too many people do not appreciate how lucky they are to be healthy, and too many end up losing that cause they do not take care of their health. Not having a mental illness / disorder. So many people don't realize how difficult and time-consuming they can be. I think one day we will no longer have enough water left, or it will be too expensive to support everyone. Having a lot of disposable income. Sometimes it bothers me on how people tons of money saved up for literally no reason, or spend stupid amounts of money on things they don't need when they're things like single parents living in one-bedroom apartments with just enough money to pay rent and to buy food. Being conventionally attractive. Most people feel unattractive sometimes, so are less likely to admit they have pretty privilege. And they focus on the disadvantages of being attractive, i.e. being objectified sometimes, without being aware of all the benefits they have at other times, because they are not aware of it. In the West, being able to freely criticize your government. Think about ordinary Russians or Iranians or Saudis tapping into Reddit through their VPNs and seeing how unbridled the discussion is on taboo, in their countries, issues like religion and politics.